Good afternoon. We still have a lot of wind out there this afternoon, even though the snow has moved on and even the clouds have moved on in some cases. We're seeing some sun in between that lofted snow that continues to blow around and reduce our visibility, and still dealing with some intense winds that are making it feel even colder than we've already gotten to here this afternoon. Some slight improvements on our Skycam right now on our Luther Family Ford view in South Fargo. Still jostling just a little bit, but it does look a little bit better than it has throughout the morning. And elsewhere in the valley, we're keeping an eye on things too. Grand Forks, we've had some improvements, just slight improvements again in our visibility. Checking out the Brooks area, Minnesota, blue sky there, and same thing in Cavalier. We've cleared out that dry Arctic air already taking hold there, and the wind starting to give them a break in the northern valley. So that snow that's been lofted in the atmosphere is starting to settle, and we're getting to see that blue sky. But check out Hallstatt. You can see that we're still getting some blowing and drifting snow in that area. So not everybody quite is seeing that easing of the wind just yet. And I say that relatively. It's still windy up north. We're still getting gusts into the 30s at times. Hallock, a 35-mile-per-hour gust that's still causing blowing and drifting snow. It's just not intense as it was this morning, or what we're seeing in some areas in the south where we're gusting into the 40s this afternoon. Those gusts will continue to drive in out of the north, that Arctic air taking over, and of course stirring up that snow on the ground and causing some drifting and low visibilities again for us in the region. So still seeing some strong winds, but it's nice to see some signs that this may be easing up. And just like it moved in from north to south, we'll see it exit from north to south too. So our visibility is up north looking better. Grand Forks is up to a mile right now. Southern Valley, we're at a quarter mile still in Fargo at the airport. And of course in those open areas away from these towns and these airports that we get these numbers from, visibility is going to be a lot lower as well. And down toward Fergus Falls and Elbow Lake along I-94, visibility down to less than a mile through that entire stretch, it looks like. So some conditions that are going to be still on the blustery and blizzardy side, if that's a word. Southern end of the valley, I put a white line here to separate where we've got our expiration times. Southern Valley, 4 o'clock this afternoon. These were extended because those winds have held on. And then in the Northern Valley, we're looking at 2 p.m. It's right in the heart of the Red River Valley, right on the valley floor where we're getting some of those strongest wind gusts. On top of that, we've got the cold and the wind chills that are really impacting us. And a wind chill warning in purple here covers almost everybody in the valley. And over in the James River Valley, we're in an advisory. So temperatures have been plummeting through the morning hours and continue to this afternoon. We're currently at 18 below in Grand Forks. It's 12 below in Fargo, and wind chills are brutal. We're down into the 30s, 40s, 51 below right now in Grand Forks. And at 40 below or more, we're looking at frostbite on exposed skin happening in 10 minutes or less. So this is something to take seriously. Even as conditions might look like they're better, if you run into any trouble on the roads, this is what you're going to have to deal with. So keep that in mind as you're making your plans for the rest of the day. We've been clearing out. Skies have cleared out up north and now into the Southern Valley too. Still getting that blowing and drifting snow though. So here's your hour-by-hour planner. Keep an eye on these winds here. They're going to gradually start to decrease, but it's going to take some time through the afternoon. So we're still looking at gusts continuing into the 30s, even to 40 miles per hour through the afternoon hours. And that again will bring your wind chills down into that 30 to 50 below range. And then heading into tonight, still seeing some gusts into the 20s to near 30. Temperatures dropping into the teens to 20 below. And even as the wind eases up, the temperatures will be dropping. So our wind chills are still going to be a factor overnight tonight and into tomorrow. But even without any wind at all, you can see these numbers are brutal. We're down into the teens to some 20s below to start the day tomorrow. So again, just a reminder about that frostbite risk. I've selected some towns in the valley. You can see a lot of places here in that 30 to 40 below range throughout the day today will be in that danger zone. So taking a look at your 7-day planner, staying below zero tomorrow in most areas, so a frigid day. We start to make that recovery on Valentine's Day.
A lot to watch out for.
That's for sure.
Thank you, Lisa.